Hey you guys, hello, welcome to Lunchtime Live. Samantha here, Mindful Mama. Today I'm just on my personal page, but I am going to share this into a new group that I just started called Parenting with Tact and Empathy. I have such a huge passion on gentle parenting, and I have a lot of mom friends, and I have decided to kind of go with the flow of what I love to do, what I love to talk about, and just share it more openly now that I feel like I can. So thank you for joining, and if you're interested in the group, maybe just type add me below. I am looking for admins to kind of help me monitor this group because, as you know, I do a lot. I have a lot on my plate, but I asked to eat. So if you guys can help out with this, I'd love to get the new group set up. So yeah, basically, a little bit of a backstory. You kind of know my story a little bit. I left an abusive relationship, let me roll the windows up, 3 years ago. And in domestic violence, when there's kids involved, more is caught than what is taught. And I have unfortunately seen and experienced the learned behavior of children that have an abusive parent, or children that have been in a domestic violence situation, household, whatever it is. If there is a toxic person and your child is around them, they're absorbing that, and they are sharing it with other people, with the people that they love, with the people that are closest to them. And especially with us mamas, we are the punching bag. We are the safe haven. We are the ones that will never leave, and they know that, and they feel secure in that. So feeling secure in you and in your feelings is huge right now. The hardest thing I had to do was keep myself together while raising little humans, especially with this situation. So over in the group, we're going to talk a little bit more in detail. It is private, so there's that. But yeah, so I've had a few parents that, you know, I've talked to personally, and we've kind of gained that, we've grown that relationship to where, you know, we're talking in, you know, private messenger. So I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I'm going to be talking about today, and then more in the group. So if you have questions, put them below. If there's like a topic that you want to talk about, or something, you know, that you're dealing with that you want some help on, put it down below. I'm not an expert, but I have twins and a teenager, and I've been through a lot, so I'm ready to share that. And I am always in a constant state of learning. You guys know I am on Audible and, you know, free apps for books and audiobooks, and I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly absorbing and taking notes and implementing them into my life. I did that in 2017 when I changed my life, and I'm continuing to do that and share it with other people so that they can do it too, and it just becomes a ripple effect. So with anything with entrepreneurship and parenting, you know, as I've gone through this journey, a lot of people have told me, you know, niche down, and that's not me. It's not, and I don't think it ever will be. And if that means, you know, the difference between money and, you know, not having money, I'd rather do what I love and share what I love. So that's part of it. You're getting the whole package here. So let's just start out with a couple of things, and if this registers with you, type it down below. If there's something that I didn't mention, type it down below so I can do my research. So we have moms with kids that have ADHD, autism, depression, anxiety, OCD, and aggressive behavior, learning, and they want to learn gentle parenting and coping skills. Some parents with a history of abuse, and then asking about supplements, vitamins, any kind of product or anything that helps too. So, and then yes, I'm reading this book right now, How to Raise Grateful Children in an Entitled World, and I got that for like 50 cents at, it was one of those antique stores that I was at with my mother-in-law, and just one of those nightstand reads when you've got 5 minutes to pick up a book and, you know, get a refresher. I go to these parenting workshops every Wednesday. It's not every Wednesday night, but every other Wednesday night. I go to these parenting workshops, and I recently found her, but she's been practicing in Maryland for quite some time, and I feel like she's just like me. We have that personality, and the way that she teaches is just so beautiful. So I always love to go to these workshops, and the crazy thing is, this was like my first workshop that I went to where there was other parents there, but it wasn't like a court-ordered thing. There were people there that genuinely wanted to know this information and keep, it's a refresher, and that's kind of how I look at this. So if you're thinking that you don't need this or need to know it, I highly encourage you, just along up there with personal development and self-help, for yourself, that if you are a mom or a parent, then, having these refreshers, listening to these audiobooks when you drive every now and again is an amazing refresher that keeps it in your mind to stay positive. So let's talk a little bit about the aggressive behavior. Now, I have 5-year-old twins. And yes, oh, hi Samantha, thanks for joining. Okay, so I have 5-year-old twins and a 13-year-old. And the twins are, I have full custody of the twins, so they're with me most of the time. And then my 13-year-old is with her dad. So when I had left my abuser, I was noticing, it was a switch. It was a switch for everybody. And you have to understand that when you're leaving, especially, if there is a history of abuse, there is a transition. So when I left and I went to my parents' house, that's when I noticed, the kids starting to change, especially when dad started getting more visitations. And you have to understand, like, there's toxic people in their life. Maybe it's a kid, maybe it's someone at daycare or something like that. But wherever they're learning this from, they're catching it on, okay? And then you have to think the child's outside behavior is just what's going on. It's just the representation of what's going on inside. So when you're looking at a child like that is completely misbehaving, like temper tantrum, meltdown to the max, okay, we have to remind ourselves what's going on inside, okay? And usually it's how that makes you feel. How does that behavior make you feel? So when my kids are at like the huge meltdown, like they got a red cup instead of a blue cup, whatever it is, right? Like you do not know that you can ruin somebody's entire day by giving them a different color cup. So when I'm having that, or a ball or something like that, like he's upset that he didn't get his ball. He's very upset. I'm not upset. I'm okay. He's upset. That's his. It's not yours, mama. He is looking to you for a reaction, for safety, something. Give him what he needs. You cannot be the chaos in his storm. You need to be the calm to his storm. So reminding yourself that behavior, that's not your child. That's how they're feeling. That's the only way they know to show it until you teach them something different. And if you're the one yelling and screaming, then what do they know? They know yelling and screaming. So I did a lot of things different as I'm learning this. And, a lot of it is, YouTube articles. I know that the parenting workshop that I go to, she teaches from the Adlerian theory. Alfred Adler, he was a colleague of Sigmund Freud, and he basically focuses on the development of an individual and their personality, right? The individual's personality growing while understanding and accepting that all humans have this interconnectedness, okay? So, all right. Kids going ham, losing it. And this is my son. He would kick, punch, bite. I would have to restrain him from hurting himself or me or the home, okay? Restrain him from hurting others, okay? That's not a good place to be. So I've been there, okay? Keeping your cool. That's not you. That's them. That's the kids' behavior. That's how they're feeling. That's not how you're feeling. Take a deep breath. I am so dramatic. Okay, here's the one takeaway from this. Tangible takeaways. Thank you, Ashley. Here's the one takeaway, if I can give you on this, because I know I'm learning how to share this, okay? So bear with me in my public speaking, this is how we learn, we do. Now I forgot. Tangible takeaway. One thing. Behavior. His, not mine. Deep breaths. Exaggerated deep breaths. If more is caught than what is taught, then they need to see you doing it. Okay? So when they're going crazy, I need a timeout right now. I need to take a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As silly as you may seem, as crazy as it may look, that is what you want them to do, so you need to do it yourself. Working with one of the therapists that my son has, I like that kind of coaching where it's like, give it to me straight, no chaser. Like, tell me what I need to know. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. Like, I'll cry, I'll get over it, okay? But I need the information. Don't, nourish me with, what I want to hear. Tell me what I need to hear, because I can make moves from that. So hopefully you're like that too. So take what you love, leave what you don't, but learn and grow and do something from this. He had said that my son's abuse towards me was present because I was watching. I was the audience to his show, trying to fix it. As moms, we love to fix everything, right? And I'm learning right now, and I'm implementing this in my own life. So we're doing this together, okay? Do not do for your child what they can do for themselves. There's tangible takeaway number 2. Huge. Write that down. Do not do for your child what they can do for themselves. Here I am. I've got twins. I'm running around like crazy, buckling this in, getting that jacket, forgot this snack, going crazy. My kids are 5. They can buckle. Sure, I, make sure it's safe. They can grab the snack. Oh, they left their jacket? They can get that. I don't have to run myself ragged. I don't have to do that. Never do for your child what they can do for themselves. So I'm practicing this. And she says to start with little bits of hesitation. When you first hear, Mom, instead of, what? Right back, pause, hesitate. If they're, the twins are fighting, see if they can work it out themselves first before you intervene. When you are fixing all of their problems, they don't have time to learn how to fix it themselves. So that was my first step, was to start to hesitate and see what you need to know where you're starting from, right? What's the go-to? And unfortunately, yes, the kids would get hurt, they're fighting, and I'd have to intervene. But for the most part, with practice, change happens, okay? So you've got to keep practicing so you can start seeing change. Okay, so I started to hesitate more and not do the things that I was doing, running myself around like crazy. I started asking them to do it. Or I would just, natural consequences, you got to think, nature. In nature, there is no reward or punishment. There's only natural consequences. So if I am doing dinner, they're hungry, they need me to get something, I'm explaining to them, okay? They're smart. They will figure this out. Honey, if I know you're hungry, okay, I need to get this going so you can eat. So is this something you can do by yourself? Encouraging them. Maybe not, is this something you can do by yourself? Because I'm working on my language here, but this is something you can do by yourself. Or I can guide you through. I'm trying to tweak little words so that they know my son needs affirmations of safety and security. That is what I figured out. Okay? So implementing little things, man, I'm kind of going all over the place, but that's okay. I'm implementing little things as I find that I'm doing more with them, what helps. So as part of my nighttime routine, I go into a calm down. Maybe I'll turn the lights off, or not like all of them, but you know what I mean. Maybe I'll put on some nature sounds on Alexa. Maybe I will, I have my oracle cards, so we'll do like little affirmations. And I said one to my son the other day, and I said, okay, you put it over your heart and you say, take a deep breath. You say, I am safe. I am secure. I'll say it with you 3 times. So there we are. I am safe. I am secure. Imagine that bond that creates, and then moving forward. Okay, so your kids love to play. Like and it just blows my mind how woke I am, you know, to this and learning all of this now, and just so freaking grateful to be able to share this. So, okay, good, Samantha. Okay, I'm glad. Good. All right, because I'm a little nervous. So back on track. Nighttime routine. Putting on some sounds in the background, showing them what you do to calm down. Okay, so I brush my teeth. I take CBD oil. That's part of our nightly routine. I make it fun. I make it playful. It's happy. We understand this. And kids love structure. Doing it every day, the same way. They need routine. When the twins started kindergarten, like, life just got a lot better, and I knew it would. I like everything that's happening right now, I manifested because it was a thought previously. Like two things happen in reality. Your thought, and then it manifests into reality. So thinking what you want, getting clear. What is it that you want? You're focusing on your child's behavior, and oh, we know this is going to happen. I know, I prepared for the meltdowns with my son whenever I went anywhere. I had like the diaper bag of Narnia. Okay, like everything was packed in that thing because I prepared, because I just focused on what I knew was going to come, the meltdown that was going to come. I knew it, so I prepared for it. I focused on it. Guess what happened? The meltdown. Duh. It's the law of attraction. It's a universal law. What we focus on will come to us. We attract it into our lives. So start to visualize the playful child that is yours. The playful, happy child, what are they doing when they're in their happiest, creative moments? Remember that. What are they doing with their friends? Maybe if you don't know this, don't judge yourself. Don't go to that route. Put them in situations where you can find out what they love to do. My son loves Legos. He loves to color. He loves to cut. He is very intellectual, he's an introvert, so we are complete opposites. So I'm not like that. So I need to, as the parent, need to go outside of my comfort zone to find things that he loves to do, so I can put him in a position that sets us up for success. When we get home and I need to get dinner going, they've got homework, they've got book bags and lunchbox, and oh my gosh, the kindergarten papers that are coming home are blowing my mind. And I'm running around like crazy trying to do this. I'm like, oh, hold on. We need to find a new routine. Work on this. Find a routine that works for you. So for me, when we get home, we take our shoes off. We wash our hands. We get up to the table with our book bags. We unload our book bags. We give mom the lunchbox. It goes on the counter. We open up our folders. We set our homework aside. We show mom all the papers that we did in school. This is our routine. We had to work a lot of rough nights to find that, oh, hey, this works. So get prepared for the figuring this out. It's not fun, it's uncomfortable, but that's where change happens, in the uncomfortableness. Okay? So we've got our nighttime routine where after dinner, they're helping me, okay? They get a bonus sticker. I've got like little stickers all around the house. They love little things like that. And positive affirmations. I am over the top extra. Oh my gosh, thank you for helping your sister. Thank you for getting that. That was so sweet of you. My language is becoming their language. My kids they are so smart, and I am so grateful for the 3 years that I got to spend at home with them when they were first born. I instilled a vocabulary, adventure in them that they now have and can carry on. And I see where it lost slack when I started working, but knowing what I know now, you have to grow through it. You have to go through it, right? So knowing what I know now, I'm implementing these changes, and already seeing like such amazing results from this. So yeah, positive affirmations with your kids. The dream just keeps getting bigger, you guys. So yeah, I'm thinking about making like merchandise and doing my own little, mommy and me power affirmation cards. You guys know I love to do some live streams and motivate you guys, and just the creativeness that's flowing right now is amazing. So put down any ideas that you guys have. Like I said, I'm going to be going into the group with this, and we're going to talk a little bit more on everything else. But I'm kind of like jumping all over the place right now. Let me see what else I can talk about. Okay. Coping skills. All right. So that is literally, I would leave. As soon as that therapist told me, you're the audience. He's doing it because you're watching him. I said, okay, well, I'm just going to leave. So I did. And of course, like little ducklings, they follow, right? Next thing you know, I'm outside. It was nice outside, and I love to be outside. I kick my shoes off and walk around, barefoot in the grass and ground, and that makes me, his behavior is making me lose my mind. I need to go find it. Okay, I need to get it back. So take my shoes off, go for a walk. Little ducklings, they follow. After, so many times around the house. Okay, all right, I'm ready to talk about it, Mom. And then we talk about it, we move on. Or I will instill, like, you have to work up to that. When you're ready, we can talk about it when you're ready. I talk too much. So I'm learning, like, to just shut up and hesitate. Say it once. They know. But when your child is in, like, a temper tantrum, huge meltdown, like, scientifically, that part of the brain is not functioning. Whatever you're saying, they can't science, biologically, they can't understand what you're saying right now. They've lost that part of their brain. They need to get out of that situation, take them out of the room, go somewhere else. You go for a walk, let them follow, take your deep breaths, count out loud, show them how you want. Show them what you want to see. In the parenting workshop, she had said, okay, what do we want our kids to be like when they're 18, they graduate? What do we want them to have? What are some of the things? Write it down. What are the things that you want your child to have? Do you want them to have, self-respect, empathy, intelligence, compassion? What are these things? Okay, great. We know what we want. What are we doing? Be real. What are we doing? Do you hit? Do you spank? Do you do time out? Do you shun? It's hard to talk about. Instilling what you want, not what you don't want. So, I get it. You're screaming. I'm really acknowledging. I can tell. Like, we've got big problems and bills. Doesn't mean that that's not a big problem for them. In their little mind, it's the world is ending. That blue cup. How dare you, Mom? I asked for pink, right? In their little world, that's huge. Okay, so acknowledge that. I am so sorry that you are so upset about that. Okay, I'm sorry. What they can control and what they can't control, they need to know, and you can help them. But not talking too much and staying in your own. I've got dinner to make. I've got this to do. Okay. These are entitled kids, right? We're just shoving a, electronic device in front of them and saying, go figure it out or go have fun or not right now. Oh, a lot of you guys are on. Okay. That's cool. All right. So yeah, I'm going to cut it off here. Right down below, I feel like I gave a lot of nuggets, but I'm kind of, the wheels are turning right now. So, write down below what you want to see more of, and then go check out the group Parenting with Tact and Empathy. And then if you're interested in learning more about it, how you can help, if you have a topic, I'll go live about it if you don't want to. So put it in below or message me and we will talk later. Thanks so much for watching.